Hi there, and welcome to our FindHelp.org training. My name is Alicia Baker, the Indiana Community Engagement Manager for FindHelp.org. We're so glad you're here with us today, and thanks for allowing me to present to you on how you and your congregation and your community can use FindHelp.org to help people connect to resources. In addition to being the Indiana Community Engagement Manager, I'm also the Associate Pastor at Broadway United Methodist Church here in Indianapolis. I want to tell you all about this tool, not only because of my background in social services and helping people get connected to resources, but also how I've seen this positively impact people in our community. And I want you to be able to have that same impact too. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, you might be asking, what is FindHelp.org? FindHelp.org is a free resource that's available in every single zip code across the state of Indiana and nationwide as well. There's over 1,300 resources available in every single county across the state. All folks have to do is search by their zip code to get connected to resources. So go ahead, if you're on your computer, go to findhelp.org and bookmark the site so you can find it for easy reference in the future. Here you can see that I'm currently logged in the upper right-hand corner. For those of you that are just searching anonymously or have folks in your congregation or your community that are looking to get connected, they can search anonymously and for free by just typing in their zip code in the box below. But for those of you that have ministries or support systems that you share with the community at large, I highly recommend creating a free account so you can support folks in your community. The way to create an account is just go to the upper right-hand corner where it will say log in or sign up, and that's where you'll be able to create an account. Another thing to notice is that findhelp.org is translatable into over 100 different languages. We've got lots of folks in our community across the state who speak different languages, and for them to be able to find services with dignity and ease, we have the site translatable for them. So you can go ahead and translate the site into whatever language is most comfortable. To get started, all you have to do is type in your zip code. So here we are on the Near East Side. I'm typing in 46201, and we see that there are over 2,500 programs available for folks on the Near East Side of Indianapolis. Now, I mentioned there's at least 1,300 resources in every county. So of course, in urban centers, there are more resources available generally, but you can then go to this page and see all of the resources by different categories. Things like food, housing, goods, transit, health, so on and so forth. And underneath that, you can see the breakdown of all the different categories here and the third level categories as well. You can select into those categories to get a list of resources in your area. You can also use this search box in the left-hand corner to search for a specific keyword or program name as well. So you can type in something like food pantry, for example, and then a list of food pantries will come up. Or if you're helping serve a specific population, say you're working with a senior citizen who needs a variety of resources, you can type in seniors, and then all of the programs that are targeted to support seniors in your community will come to the top of the search results, regardless of what category it's in here below. So to get started, again, all you have to do is pick a category of resource, and then you're brought to this landing page of resources. You'll see here on the left a map of where all those programs are located, and then on the right is a list of the programs available. You can sort by relevance or by closest, and then you can also use these filters at the top of the page to find programs that are most in line with what you're searching for. Program filters allow you to narrow down the search results, again, to be most helpful. So anything that's on findhelp.org, again, is a free or reduced cost service. But oftentimes folks in the community might have some income restrictions. So you can just select free, and then only the free programs will show up. Or you can also select open now, and then the programs that are currently open will come to the top of the search results. You can also select I want to visit or call or email, however you want to connect with the program. And if you select walking or biking distance, that will allow folks that maybe don't have reliable transportation to easily access the resource. In addition, we have the program filter here. Program communicates in different languages. So you can make sure that if you're working with somebody who speaks a different language, you're able to connect them to a program that will be able to accurately support them. When you filter your search, those searches will then again show up based on that capacity here. At the top of the page is the program that's currently available. You can also use personal filters to find programs for a specific demographic of person that you're working with. So let's say you're working with somebody that's experiencing homelessness. You can select homeless, and then programs that are targeted to support folks experiencing homelessness will come to the top of the search results. All of these categories are dynamic, so as programs add information about who their target audience is, this list will fluctuate. The last filter here is the income eligibility filter, which is really helpful if folks in your area are looking to get connected to benefits like SNAP, WIC, or TANF. You can type in their eligibility here, click filter search, and then on each program card that has income eligibility guidelines, it will tell you directly if they're eligible or not. It takes the guesswork out of the whole process. So now that we've taken a look at filters, let's take a look at the program cards themselves. As we scroll down, again, we have these filters applied. We can clear out of them if we want. We see at first the name of the program, then the organization who puts it on. Underneath it is some brief information about the program, main services provided, and who they serve. On the right-hand side, we see next steps about getting in contact with them, as well as their hours of operation. To get more info on the program, all we have to do is click more info, and then we see the eligibility requirements, if the program is currently available or if there's a wait list, a longer description of the program, languages supported, cost, so on and so forth. If we're working with somebody in person, let's say somebody comes into your office at your organization, you can click print view, and then you'll be able to print off all this information for the person you're helping. You can also click share, and on the paper airplane icon here, you'll be able to send the information as an email, send it as a text message, or share it with folks on Facebook. Now, findhelp.org is basically a living, breathing resource guide. About a third of our team here is constantly devoted to updating the program information, reaching out to programs and services to make sure that their information is accurate and up to date, and of course, adding new programs to the site. So here is a resource that you can use again to check in and make sure that folks are getting connected to help. But you also might have particular community partners that you refer people to regularly or that you want to send people to. We have a way for you to basically make your own curated resource guides for free through findhelp.org. There's two ways you can do this. You can save a favorite to the favorites folder or that resource guide on individual program card by clicking save on the link. From there, you'll see you can create a new folder or add it to folders that exist. You can see here, I've already added this program to my COVID-19 resources folder, my food pantries and food resources folder, and my indie resources folder. I could add this to another folder if I wanted to, or again, I can create a new folder. I could also add multiple programs at a time by selecting the buttons in the upper left-hand corner here. I'm having some errors. And selecting which programs I want to add to the cart. And then I will be able to save those all to my Save Programs folder. So we'll generate a report, and then you'll be able to access all of these programs under your Save Favorites tool right here. When you go to your Save Favorites folder, again, you will see all of the resources that you have saved that you refer to regularly. You don't have to do a zip code search for them every single time. And then you'll be able to access them in that favorites folder. So if I navigate to that Indie Resources folder that I created and saved that program to, I will be able to see that whole list of resources and share that entire list either with my congregation, with my community, or just with people at large. When I navigate to the share button in the upper right-hand corner, I'll be able to generate a link that I can publish in a newsletter on our organization's website, or I can send a one-off email to somebody with all of the resources listed. I can also share with a group. So if you have multiple people at your organization that you want to share resources with, you can add them to that group and they can have access to this list of resources as well. You can still print off hard copies of those resource guides or these favorites folders for people to have access to in your community. So again, to access those favorites folders, you can go to Save Favorites under your name when you're logged into findhelp.org. If we navigate back to this page here that we were just on, we talked about sharing programs, saving favorites. We also can take notes on programs. Any information that we want to remember about working with a specific organization, we can type it here and click Save Note. We can save the note for ourselves, or we can also share it with another person within our organization or with a group within our organization. Like I mentioned, we have about a third of our team at Find Help that are constantly reviewing programs, adding programs to the site, and reaching out to make sure information is accurate. But also, we want to make sure that folks in the community are able to suggest a change when they notice that something is out of date. So let's say I know that Westminster's hours have changed and they are actually open until 5 p.m. To update that information, all I'd have to do is click Suggest Change here, type in the information that needs to change, and click Send. That will generate a ticket for our data team to reach out to Westminster, make sure that the information that was suggested is accurate, and update it on the site within 48 hours. Again, you all are the experts on local programs and what's happening in your communities. So we want you to be able to suggest those changes for our neighbors to have access to as accurate of resources as possible, and for folks to connect to services with dignity and with ease. You might see here also that, maybe one of my programs is missing. Again, we want to make sure that this resource is super accurate and that all available programs are listed for our neighbors to access. So to add a program to the site, simply scroll to the bottom of the page, and there's a link there that says Suggest Program. When you click it, you'll be brought to this page where you can do a quick search by typing in some information to see if the information is already listed on the site or not. If it's not listed, you'll be prompted to give 1 or 2 sentences of brief information about the program. And again, that will generate a ticket for our data team to reach out to the organization and put their information up on the site within 48 hours. Again, you can suggest a program by going to the bottom of the page here and clicking Suggest Program. Now, as we were scrolling through the program cards here, you might have noticed that some of these programs have a checkbox next to them. What that checkbox means is that the organization running that program has claimed their agency. They are helping keep the information up to date alongside our data team. And as a way for us to say thank you for supporting our neighbors, we also provide a whole suite of free tools to any organization or ministry that is serving our neighbors and has claimed their programs. So the programs are able to be claimed by going to the bottom of the page, clicking Claim Programs. You'll be able to search for your ministry or your resource that you provide for neighbors here. Click Get Started, and it will pull up the list of all the matching names of organizations and programs. Once you've claimed your programs, you will have access to the Program Tools dashboard, like I mentioned here at the top of the page, and you'll have access to all of these free tools that you can use to support your work. Lots of things like you have unlimited subscriptions, so anybody within your organization can have access to this tool for free. Again, you can edit those program listings whenever you want. You don't have to wait for our data team to update. You can go in and do it on your own whenever is useful. Again, our data team will still reach out at least once every 6 months to check in and make sure it's accurate. You'll be able to set up ways to get information about your program and get connected to neighbors. If you've already got a way set up for that, we can directly link people to your program intake or however you want folks to connect with you. Or we also have free intake tools that you can leverage as well. So if you want to set up a referral tool or an application or a screener all for free through Find Help, you can do that all with your program tools. And last but most certainly not least, we also provide program analytics as a way for you to see what people are searching for in your area, how many times your program is being accessed, what zip codes, counties, and cities people are searching for help in your area, and all sorts of other free data that is useful for you to evaluate the impact of your organization and your ministry. So again, to get access to the program tools, all you have to do is scroll to the bottom of the page and click Claim Program and claim your program. Once you do that, you'll get that checkbox next to your program listing. The last thing I want to work on today with you all is how to refer a person to a program and then check the status of that referral. The way you can do that is on the bottom right-hand corner of each of these program cards. You can see a bright teal button that will say Refer or Apply or Next Steps. From there, you can click that button to start the process. Now, I don't want to send a real referral to a real agency, so I'm going to use our demonstration program here. But you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, again, we see that Apply or Schedule. or refer button. And to get started, all you do is click the button. Again, anyone who is self-navigating can fill this out for themselves very easily. Or if you're helping someone out, we just need some basic information from you. Just their name, some sort of contact information, either email address or phone number or both, what language they speak, the best way to reach them. And then if you want to add a comment, so this program that you're referring them to has a little bit of context about their situation, you can add that there below. Now, because findhelp.org is HIPAA compliant, HITRUST certified, and FERPA compliant, we need to make sure that we have consent from this individual to share their personal information with this agency. So to do that, we just click the button here to confirm consent, and then we will send the referral over to that agency. Once we send the referral, we'll get a notification that the referral has been sent. Thanks, we sent your referral. We can still access that program card to share the information or save favorites, but then you can track the status of this referral in the People I'm Helping dashboard. The People I'm Helping dashboard can be accessed immediately after a referral by clicking that link there, or at all times if you scroll to the top of the page, just to the left of your name when you're logged in. When you go to the People I'm Helping dashboard, you'll be able to see everybody that you or folks at your organization have helped connect to resources. So you see a list there. You can also type in a name of a person to see if their information is available. So here is Teddy's information. We just made a referral for him. And we're going to go into his profile by clicking on his name to see the information available. From there, we'll see contact information about Teddy on the left-hand side of the screen, goals that we've created to work with him on if we're seeing him regularly. We can add a goal, we can update the status of a goal, add notes or tie referrals to this goal as well. Here on the left, we can assign certain individuals to people at our organization, so that way we know who's working with each individual. We can also see who else in their household is working together with folks at our organization. If you're working with lots of individuals that are connected, it's great to have their info as well. Down below on the right-hand side, you will see that navigation history and the referral status. So let's scroll down and take a look at one of these referrals. Here we can see the resource helpline referral that was made on March 16th. I sent the referral on Teddy's behalf to Immigrant Welcome Center. And Kayla later that day updated the status to Got Help once she was able to ensure that Teddy was able to connect to resources. And so you can see that denoted here. That helps me to know when she went and updated it that he actually got connected to the resources he deserves. And so I don't have to worry about him falling through the cracks. When I scroll down, I can see additional referrals that have been made on his behalf. And here's the referral we just made right now as a part of this webinar. You can see that the status automatically goes to not updated. So let's say it's been a week. We haven't heard anything back from this organization. I want to check in and make sure that Teddy's able to access these resources. All I have to do is reach out to the organization. Maybe I give them a phone call and say, hey, was Teddy able to connect to services? And they say, yeah, actually, he came in today and we got him signed up for his job training program. So from there, I can also go and update the status myself and say, got help, or whatever the outcome was of the individual I was supporting. That will also help me keep track, again, of all the services that are needed by the person I'm working with, and we'll be able to ensure that they're getting connected to those services. I can see all the status referrals again in an individual's profile here, or I can also download a report if I'm logged in into my search history folder. In my search history folder, I'll be able to download a report of any person I've made a referral for and the status of those referrals. So I can follow up with everybody and the organizations that are helping them to make sure that they're getting connected to resources with dignity and ease. So that's a little bit about findhelp.org and how you can use this site to, again, connect folks to resources. We don't have time today to dive into all of the free tools that are available to you and your organization and your ministries if you are directly serving our neighbors with free or reduced cost resources. But we do offer trainings regularly, and we'd love to have you join an upcoming one. You can always go to go.auntbertha.com/Indiana, and at the bottom of the page there, you'll see any upcoming events, and you can sign up to join them to receive additional training. Again, thank you all so much for your time and for allowing me to come and speak about findhelp.org with you all. I hope you have found this as a valuable resource that you can use to help support folks in your community. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.